Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I'm very thankful that you decided to click on this video. So, tornadoes. You've probably heard of them and maybe you've even experienced one, but it's come to my attention that a lot of Americans may not be ready should one strike their town or neighborhood. In fact, a study done by YouGov in July of 2018 shows that 41% of Americans believe they are not prepared for natural disasters. The same study also indicates that 33% of Americans, mostly from the Midwest, are afraid that a tornado will come their way soon. It seems like it's in my best interest to try to educate the public about these whirlwinds of terror. So in this video, I will teach you how to be prepared before, during, and after a tornado. But first, I should teach you the basics. A tornado is a column of violently rotating air. They're usually in the shape of a funnel or thin rope, but they can be all shapes and sizes. A wedge is a large tornado that's wide, usually violent, and resembles a cheese wedge. Tornadoes tend to form out of severe thunderstorms called supercells, which tend to drop violent and long-track tornadoes. Those storms can reach winds of over 200 miles an hour. One such storm, which struck several towns in Oklahoma on May 3, 1999, had winds over 300 miles an hour. The beginning of a tornado happens well before anything touches down. Warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico moves north and comes on shore, bringing heat and humidity. But you'll also note that the desert southwest is hot, but not as humid. That drier air moves as well. And since all air isn't hot, cooler, drier air from Canada drifts down into the U.S. When these air masses converge, instability is created in the atmosphere. If the wind direction changes, it can cause these air masses to begin rotating around each other. Warm air rises, so this rising air can tilt the horizontal tube vertically. The winds in the thunderstorm cause the tube to lower. When the cloud of air touches down, a tornado is born. You'll notice where these air masses converge. This tends to happen in the central U.S. It's known as Tornado Alley due to the largest amounts of tornadoes reported there each year. Some states in Tornado Alley include Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, and Iowa. In 1971, Japanese-American meteorologist Ted Fujita created a scale for measuring the intensity of tornadoes called the Fujita Scale. It ranged from F0, the weakest, to F5, the strongest. The original scale went out of service in 2007 to make way for the enhanced Fujita scale, but that's still rated EF0 to EF5. And EF0 produces very weak damage. Tree branches snap, there's some minor roof damage, but sometimes no damage at all happens. They are by far the most common type of tornado. An EF1, while still relatively minor, does cause more damage than an EF0. Roof damage occurs, windows shatter, and mobile homes are overturned, and they can be badly damaged. An EF2 can be classified as significant. Roofs can be torn off, mobile homes are destroyed, and large trees are blown over. Cars can even lift at this intensity. EF3s are where things start to get pretty bad. Roofs are torn off, upper stories are badly damaged and can be destroyed. Larger buildings have major damage. Cars are overturned, and trees blow away like paper. An EF4 is definitely quite violent. Whole homes can be destroyed beyond repair, and some weaker homes are completely obliterated. Cars are thrown around like toys, and neighborhoods suffer extreme damage. An EF5 is the strongest a tornado can possibly get. These nightmares have winds over 200 miles an hour and cause total destruction of well-built buildings. They are swept cleanly off of their foundations. Skyscrapers topple. Cars are thrown miles away. Sometimes small towns are even totally leveled. Luckily, EF5s are very rare. Less than 60 have struck the United States since 1950 for an average of less than one a year. The most recent one to date hit Moore, Oklahoma in 2013. Now that we've covered the basics, let's get into the safety part of the video. In order to feel fully prepared for a storm, it's a good idea to make a plan. Sit down with your family and formulate a plan if a tornado strikes. Discuss where you should go in the house, what to do if you get separated,
and know what to call if necessary. You should also create an emergency kit for your shelter, in case you get trapped inside or you can't get supplies for a few days after the storm hits. Be absolutely positively sure to include the following things. Enough food to last for at least 3 days. This can include canned vegetables, dried fruits, and granola bars. But be sure not to be stupid, so don't pack Doritos and Cheetos and all that. Living off of Doritos for 3 days will not be a smart idea, to say the least. Also, be sure to include a can opener. Bottled water for you and your family. There should be enough to last 3 days. A first aid kit, a flashlight, a battery-powered radio, such as a NOAA weather radio that can inform you of when the storm is over and when it will be safe to exit your shelter. Be sure to have extra batteries on hand, too. A whistle. Why? It can alert emergency personnel above that you're alive, but you need assistance. It can also help locate your family members if you get lost. Your cell phone and a charger to get info. Of course, you probably won't have cell service after the tornado, so don't just rely on that. Keep your radio close by. A few other items that would be useful include a dust mask to prevent getting sick, a few maps of your area, and garbage bags and toilet paper for personal sanitation. You can add other things to this kit if applicable. This may include prescription medicine, pet food, and things for children to do. Talk with your parents about possible additions to your kit. For all the kids and adults I won't judge out there, I recommend packing a stuffed animal or a blanket to help you feel better. A list of all items to bring can be found at a website called ready.gov. You should also consider getting certified in first aid at your local Red Cross location. First aid is always one of the very first things you should do after a tornado strikes, and if anyone in your party is injured, knowing how to treat them is crucial. Ask your parents if you're interested in learning. It's important to know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning so you don't cause a false alarm in your home. A tornado watch is issued when conditions are favorable for tornadoes in your area. Be sure to stay tuned to a local news station or your trusty weather radio for updates. A tornado warning is issued when radar detects rotation in the clouds or when a tornado is already spotted in your area. If a warning does go out, take shelter immediately. If a tornado warning is issued, head with your family to your shelter. The safest place to be during a tornado is in an interior room on the lowest floor of your home. Stay away from windows because if the winds get strong enough, they'll shatter, and you don't want to be caught in the crosshairs of those glass shards. An underground basement is definitely the place to be. If you don't have a basement or your basement is above ground, try hiding in a closet or a bathroom with no windows. Do you live in a mobile home? Get out of it quickly. Mobile homes are especially susceptible to tornadoes, even if they're tied down. Leave your home, grab your kit, and head to the nearest sturdy building. If you have enough time before the storm reaches your location, I'll suggest doing 3 things. The first is to grab a spare mattress. Don't strip your bed or anything, but if you have a spare, bring that to your shelter, or just bring it there now. Should the tornado directly strike your house, the mattress can protect you and your family from dangerous flying debris. Next, you should grab a bicycle helmet. It may be clunky with the mattress, but remember that the mattress can only help you so far. The helmet can protect your head from debris that could cut the mattress and injure you. Finally, put on a pair of sturdy shoes, such as hiking boots or sneakers. It will help you protect your feet from any sharp debris when you exit your shelter. Don't wear flip-flops or go barefoot. You've taken shelter and the storm is over. Now what? First, don't exit your shelter just yet. Wait until you hear an all clear from your local authorities. A message of some sort will come in on your weather radio that will mention that the tornado threat has passed, and that's the sign that you can exit your shelter. If the storm made a direct impact on your house, though, you could be trapped. Don't panic, but wait for emergency personnel to arrive. Use your whistle to get their attention. While you wait for the all clear, treat any injuries with the supplies in your first aid kit. Simple cuts and scrapes can easily be fixed using disinfectant and Band-Aids. Bigger injuries should be temporarily treated by your group, but doctors can fully treat them later. Apply CPR if you're certified. Do what you can and then wait for services to arrive. Once the all clear has been given and you know for sure that you're not trapped, exit your shelter. A variety of things may greet you. Maybe a power pole fell onto the roof, or maybe the power went out, or perhaps your home wasn't damaged at all. Use these tips to keep yourself safe. If you lost power, which is quite likely, use flashlights or lanterns to guide your way through your home. Do not use candles, as this can ignite gas and start a very dangerous fire. Speaking of which, if you smell gas in your home, leave it immediately. Turn off all the utilities if your home is damaged in any way. This will help prevent any possible fires or explosions during the cleanup effort. Stay away from downed power poles at all costs. They will electrocute you. Similarly, be especially cautious of them if they're near standing pools of water. Again, you'll be fried. Stay indoors if your home is safe and undamaged, at least until the roads near your home can be cleared of any dangerous debris. And finally, pitch in with the cleanup effort. Use your common sense, though. Don't go into any damaged buildings unless you know they're safe, and listen to law enforcement and other personnel on the scene. They know what they're doing, and they just want to keep you safe. I hope that this video helps you feel even a bit more ready. I know that some of you watching may be afraid of tornadoes, but learning about these things is very important because it'll keep you safe, and it may save your life one day. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. I also have 2 other tornado-related videos. The links of those videos will be down in the description below. In the meantime, have a great day!